Hello. Hi. I'm live in places now. How is everyone? Oh, I feel like I'm like super bright. Let me turn down my light. Okay. Ooh, sorry y'all. That light was like doing a lot. We are live today. I'm on Facebook, I'm on YouTube, I'm on Instagram. Hi, Instagram fam. Um, and today we're going to be talking about how to level up your almost post-pandemic style. Almost is going to be like asterisk, asterisk, many, many asterisks. Because, like, y'all, I don't know when this is ever going away, but we are like cautiously venturing back out, right? Hi, Megan. And so we're like tiptoeing into these warm summer streets. And I think it actually creates like a little bit of anxiety, right? Like I've been talking to people and they're like, I don't really know what to wear anymore. Like what I would have worn this time of year 2 years ago. I don't know if that's like appropriate anymore. Some people are starting to go back into the office and then it's like, do I go all the way back to what, you know what I mean? Like there's just like, I think a lot of anxiety also, just like, I don't really know how to dress myself anymore. So part of it is definitely like the clothing, but I want to step back a little bit and also talk about just some of the mindset stuff going on. So before we do all that, who is this woman? Hi, I'm Brandy. I am a personal stylist and a confidence coach, and I do these live free trainings pretty much on the regular every single week. Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. I have a Facebook group called Style for Smart Cookies. We have a ton of fun in there. If you're on Instagram, go to the link in my bio and you'll find it, and you can join. If you're on Facebook, just search Style for Smart Cookies. We just love talking style. It's a super fun group, and I do a lot of just trying to help people out. So this is what we're talking about today. So mindset. I was talking to a friend yesterday and she was like, it's so interesting, right? Because even if, and it's a big if, even if your body has not changed that much during the pandemic, your relationship with your body has, right? So the sense of like, we used to go out and that's a little bit performative, right? Not in a bad way, like performative allyship, but going out meant you knew you would see people. And so you put in some thought and some care into how you presented yourself. And after a year and a half of seeing like the same humans in your living room every day, and let's just be honest, you don't give a about what they think about what you have on. It's like this weird mindset thing, right? Of how do I figure out what I look good in anymore? Do I even have the right, what do I want to say, like the right schema, the right framework for that? How do I judge that? How do I evaluate what looks good on me now? Even if, and again, big if, even if your body hasn't changed. For a lot of us, body has changed. It's like I was doing some affirmations yesterday. I was on a walk and I had a little app and it was like, you to fill in the blank. I am grateful that my body ... And I was like, I am grateful that my body got me through the tail end of a pandemic, right? So I think that there's just some acknowledgement too, that like we just have to give ourselves a lot of grace. Like she kept you alive during this time, which is like not to be understated, right? So just giving ourselves a lot of grace in terms of your body may look different. Your relationship with your body probably looks different. And now that we're stepping back out into the world, we got to figure out, okay, well, what do I do? What do I wear? So I'm going to be giving y'all some super concrete tips on how to level up your style in an almost post-pandemic, wherever we are in that. But shout me out in the comments. Let me know, like, are you guys venturing back out? What looks like normal-ish now. I don't think we're ever going back to normal, which is actually fine. I think there were a lot of things about normal that were just like broke AF. So, we don't have to do all that anymore. Let's rest. But let me know in the comments, like, what are y'all doing? Like, are you seeing people? Are you going maybe to restaurants or live music? I don't know. Tell me in the comments, like, what sort of activities you guys are doing. And that way, if we have time for some Q&A at the end, I'll try and shout you guys out in terms of like what you could be wearing to those different social occasions. Okay, so some concrete tips on what it's going to look like to level up your style in an almost post-pandemic world. Step one, I want you to really think about what was your style before the pandemic. What was it before? If you're not sure, I have a really fun quiz, and it is all about it's free. It's all about finding your personal style, discovering your style personality. The website is style.brandeisnicole.com/quiz. If you're on Instagram, it's in my bio. If you're on Facebook or YouTube, you guys can see I put the link right here. So I think that's like a really good place to start. What was your style before? What do you gravitate toward? Because chances are, while we might be dressing differently, the core of how we want to project ourselves and what that looks like in our style has not changed, right? So I am, according to my style quiz, I do shout her out myself, I am a statement maximalist. So my primary style personality is statement. Love making a statement. Hello, statement lip. And I also have an element of maximalism. So more is more for me. It's not where I start. I'm more in the statement thing of like one like super unique thing, or one kind of like big statement piece or look. But I do enjoy, like, I'll layer on like a ton of bracelets, or I'll have like 6 or 7 rings on at a time, right? So that's that maximalist vibe for me. Some of y'all might be minimalists. Some of y'all might be classic, right? So there's different style personalities that you might have. And so again, you gotta like really key into that. What was it? What is your style? Because even if you're more casual now, or you've had the joggers on for a year and a half, whatever that looks like, trying to remember and tap back in to what made you love your style, or even just what you're attracted to if you haven't gotten there yet of like loving your style. And that's okay. It's what we're here for. You got to tap into like what attracts you to certain articles of clothing or to certain looks. So that's step one. Figure out what your style is or was post-pandemic, and then really start to kind of like journal out, or just, mentally think through what are the elements of that style that you love, right? So for me, being, primary statement, having one focal point in a look is something I really enjoy. And then with the maximalist, sometimes there's a couple, right? But it's like, it really needs to be like a bold, like, hello. And so that's why even during the pandemic, I was on Zoom and all that, I had on joggers, like, I had joggers every single day. I was not putting on anything with a zipper or a button for a good, like, 16 months, right? But on top, I would almost always do something either with visual interest in my top, like this little off the shoulder situation, or I would put on face. For me, like, putting on makeup is not a chore. It's something that I enjoy, and I understand that's not everyone's life, and that's fine. But for me, that was my statement. Like, that was my way of being like, I'm here. I have arrived. Sometimes it was a headband. Sometimes it was a head wrap. Sometimes it was a big earring, right? But it helped me to still be true to my style, even though waistline's expanding and we're just continuing to wear elastic, which is fine. So tap into what is your style personality. It's super important because you have to have an anchor. You have to have something that's grounding you to like, oh, I remember how to do this. Because I think getting dressed right now for a lot of us feels like, what in the world? Like, I don't know how to do this. I don't remember what this is. So find that style anchor and get in there. Let's check out some comments. Larksby on Instagram says, seeing friends outside only, backyards and parks. Need to be more practical. Okay, so backyards and parks and seeing friends outside only. I think that's where a lot of folks are, right? Like, kind of cautiously like, hey, you, maybe still, we're keeping our distance and doing all that good stuff. So outdoor stuff, I actually think summer is a really good time for us to be like trying to figure some of this stuff out. There's a lot more that happens. There's a lot more leeway, I will say, in like what we can wear in the summer and what we can get away with. So I think it's actually a really fun time to be trying that out. And then what do we have on Facebook? Hi, friend. Heading back to office and I'm nervous. My big go-to lipstick is my Armor. It is now gone due to masks and I'm slightly freaking out. I get that. So the statement look only works if you're on Zoom and not behind a mask. I think that's super real, right? Like there are times where it's like the thing that maybe you used to go to in pre-pandemic is like no longer available to you. And I think that's super real. So what I would say for that is, again, figure out that style anchor. And so for you, a statement lip, what's behind that? It's making a statement probably, right? And I've already talked about, where I am on that. So I'd find another way to do that. So whether it's earrings, whether it's like one extra coat of mascara, if it's, like a statement necklace, visual interest in your top, maybe a blazer, right? Something that like you wouldn't ordinarily wear like in plaid or, just try to step out there and figure out how do you get that little bit of wow factor when you can't do the lip, right? Maybe it's like a really funky, cool mask. I know we're like probably so tired of the masks, but there's still really cool ones out there. And so like that might be a thing for you, right? But like this is super real. Like the things that we used to do, like some of them are just like no longer on the menu. Okay, so first we have this sense of like find your style anchor. What is your style? Again, link in bio. If you're on Instagram, find my style quiz. And if you're here on Facebook or YouTube, I've had it up for a while. Okay, so the next thing you want to think about is occasion. So the occasions used to be my living room, Target drive up, and my kitchen. And you know what I mean? It's like where we went and like what the occasion was not very varied for a very long time. So, some of us, I think like if you were working on Zoom, you might have, put on something that was like a little bit more office-y or like office appropriate, at least like on top. But for the most part, like we weren't doing the same functions, right? Where you had like weekend versus workwear. It just all became like a soup of just joggers, basically. So start to think about work, social, and weekend, and like whatever those different occasions are for you. Maybe settings is a better word, right? Like where are you going to be? What's happening in your life that you're going to need slightly different looks or ways to get into those looks depending on what's going on. So let's talk about work. Go into your closet. She's scary, I know. Go into your closet and edit. I'm always going to say that. Like the closet is the foundation. If you have stuff in there that's like mocking you, doesn't fit, doesn't work for you anymore, like please, please, please put that stuff to the left, please. I think 2 lives ago, I talked about how to like edit your closet in a pandemic. Cause like there might be things that I would normally be like, edit, go, donate, where like maybe we do hold on them for a little bit longer because we're not exactly sure what the rest of the year will look like. So go and find that one 2 lives back. But still, please edit and like start with a base of things that you actually like to wear and feel confident in. If you're trying things on and you always had a go-to, let's say it was a pair of like black slacks or a blouse with like a neckline that you really liked and it doesn't fit or it feels too formal, replace, okay? If you have the budget, replace that item so that you have that go-to. I think that really helps to have that confidence in the closet. You have to assess, right? Like if it's too formal, how can you tone that down a little bit? It might be in the material. So if it was a woven, go for something that's like a knit, right? Like this is a knit top, meaning like it has stretch in it. Knits typically look a little bit less formal. They look a little bit more casual, but there's still ways that it can still look very presentable and very professional. If it's a fit issue, right? And you're like, I don't know what direction I'm going for the next few months. Think about like a pair of like black pants at work, say you're going back into the office. Pull on pants, y'all. Pull on pants. A big fan of a pull on everything. I have pull on shorts right now. I really deal in a lot of elastic waistbands. I enjoy them. They suit me. I think they would work for you too. So I'd say look into some pull-on pants, and they're everywhere. So anywhere where you used to shop for workwear, Ann Taylor, Banana Republic, Nordstrom, like whatever that looked like, I guarantee you there's a pull-on situation out there, because designers and manufacturers, they know where we are in this pandemic. They know that people are still looking for comfort, even if we're tiptoeing back outside. So get yourself into a pull-on pant situation. If you want a tighter fit, that can be like a ponte knit pant, search ponte knit. Paper bag waist can be really fun. If you have, even if you have a straight body type, meaning there's more breadth in your rib cage, it's actually nice because you can still create a little bit of a waist because of like how the paper bagginess looks. If you have a definition in your waist, that's definitely going to kind of cinch in right there. But like, bam, you now have like a whole situation that looks like real pants, but you just pulled them on and like tied them in like a little bow, right? Like, pull on pants, please get into it. Please investigate. In my Facebook group, Style for Smart Cookies, shout out to Megan, who posted a review of Beta Brand. I had not heard of this. It's like kind of like yoga pants. And y'all, leggings are not pants. I feel very strongly about that. But the weight of them and the shape of them, apparently, like, it really does look like a work pant. They're just super comfortable. So keep remembering, like, designers want your money. So wherever we are in this pandemic, they are pivoting. They are making ways for us to be able to get what we need, be comfortable, look presentable, etc. So go and look at the places you used to shop, and I bet they have something for you. Get into a pull-on pant. So work, social, weekend, for social outings, I mean, there's a lot of leeway, right? I think that's going to be more about like, what are you comfortable with? For me, like, I am enjoying putting clothes on again. They're still very comfortable, pull-on shorts, but I'm really enjoying like being a person in the world, if that makes sense, versus like the person who lives in the living room just for days on end. So I'm actually really enjoying, like, I'm doing a lot of like, y'all, it's bad over here. I'm like, I've been shopping, the drunken love thing, whatever. So there's a lot of that happening. I'm popping tags left and right, you guys, just popping tags. Got a Target haul. I'm like, I should be embarrassed to show you guys this. Should I show you? Should I? Oh my God, y'all, it's terrible. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys one at a time. So Facebook and YouTube. There's just like, that's just all, I mean, it's terrible. It's terrible. I tried on like all the Target dresses, all the stuff. Instagram. Oh no, I don't want the emergency SOS. Y'all, this was a terrible idea. Okay, so y'all can see there's just like a lot of clothes going on over there. And some moving boxes, because even though I moved into this house 6 months ago, that's where we are. So I've been popping tags. I should probably post like a Target haul, just because there's like so much, there's a lot of good stuff there right now, as always. So I'd say for social, do what makes you happy. And what makes you happy could be joggers, but like, really assess that. Like, what is it about the jogger? It's probably the comfortability and the ease, but like, I want you to start putting on different silhouettes. Okay. So a pull-on short, a straight leg jean, cuff the jeans that you have, try just like a different silhouette with that. Get the next size up. Y'all, we have to stop being afraid of like sizes. We have to stop being afraid of like what the next size means. Because what's happening is like, if you're in too small clothes, one, it's just super uncomfortable, but it also is just like, it's really squishy. Like, your body cannot be flattered in things that are literally forcing your actual body into weird shapes. Okay, so buy the next size up if you need the next size up. If you're not sure of your size, right? When I did the Target designer dress collection, I was like, I don't know what size I wear in dresses. Like shorts and pants, I figured out, but I'm bigger on the bottom and my size on top is different, right? So I'm like, So I bought 2 sizes in almost everything. Now, not everyone can do that, right? That's also like, that's a privilege, right? Of just like having, the availability in a bank account to do that. But if you're going back to a store in person and can do that, or if there's maybe you just choose one item like jeans, something like you really need, and try and get 2 sizes in those. Typically, wherever you carry more of your proportions, like for me, that's on the bottom, that's where I need to test more sizes, right? So more of your proportions means as you gain weight, you typically gain weight, more there. And so that might have been the number that shifted the most. But again, like just buy the bigger size. Please just buy the bigger size. Buy the bigger size. Okay. So there we have it. How would you evaluate your pre-pandemic style? Check out my quiz, style.grandnessnicole.com/quiz. If you're looking for what your style is or was, what are the elements of that you really vibed with? And kind of like journal that out, like really think about what is it? Is it prints? Is it patterns? Is it not having prints and patterns? Is it having like one bold, unique thing that like makes you feel like you? Is it layering a ton of stuff on? Like figure out what the elements are of your style that you really, really vibe with and use that as an anchor to help you figure out how we're going to navigate this next however many months. Let's just take it a season at a time. How are we going to navigate warm girl summer? So try that and then think about the different occasions or settings that you're in. Work. Are you going back into an office? Are you not going back into an office? Are you seeing friends on the weekends, right? Maybe, socially distanced, park gatherings. Like, where are you going? We have to kind of like relearn how to dress for different places, right? Versus just the living room and the grocery curbside pickup. So kind of think about how you want to present yourself in those different spaces and, how your clothing can help you. And then the last thing is really about fit, right? So buy the next size up, look into a pull-on pants situation or pull on anything really. And then we also talked a little bit about, we had like a great call out here of like, what if like the thing that used to kind of make you or really make your style easy is gone. So like lipstick and now it's under a mask. And so just kind of thinking about how can you zhuzh that up? How can you change that? And really it's about, again, finding what anchors you in your style and finding a way to translate that into something else. So y'all, that is our live for today. I am super interested in like what other content you guys want to see as we head into more of warm girl summer. So hit me up in the comments. Feel free to leave me a comment, send me a DM. What is it in this almost kind of sort of post-pandemic life that you need to hear more about or want some training on when it comes to your style? That's what we got going on today. Me and this statement lip are going to go to Target Drive Up. Some things never change. All right, I will see you guys on the flip side. Bye.